Okay, so for this material, we're going to be making this kind of a tree bark look. So as per usual, to start out with, we're going to get our subdivided plane. We're going to use the layer tool. We're going to set our size to about 25. We can leave the strength as 1. It should be fine. And then we want to set our height value to 0.01. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start off with building some kind of blob shapes all throughout. We want them to go in the direction of our tree bark. So look up some pictures of tree bark if you were looking for a specific tree. Look at the directions its bark moves in and the shapes that it forms, and base your blobs off of that. So I'm just going through here and I'm going to add a whole bunch of blobs. I've decided for this video I'm going to leave everything uncut in real time so that way you can see this actually takes me less than 10 minutes to do this entire material. So you'll also see me undo some spots I don't really like, but I'm just going to keep going through and adding in these blobs all over the place. Make sure to vary the heights so there's no clear start and stop when the texture is made. And don't worry too much about if you have some voids and gaps. Since we're using a fairly large brush size, the gaps won't be very smooth. So we're just going to leave that like this, and then we're going to drop our brush size down, and now we're going to fill in some of those larger voids. So just put in a little bit of stuff in some of the gaps. You don't need to fill them all in. It's good to actually have some that are lower, so that way that's a spot for our darkest color or our lowest color to apply to when we make our color map in Photoshop. So just keep going through here and adding details in anywhere where you think you want a little bit higher. So after we finish up with our base layering, what we're going to do is we're going to make a second layer. So instead we're going to now go over top of our large blobs. We're going to draw in some smaller blobs on top of them. Make sure whenever you're doing this not to lift your pen or unclick your mouse, because if you do, it will add the layers to each other. But if you stay on the same click, you'll only be setting it to that layer height. So it'll be whatever the current height is plus 0.01. So keep going through. You can make some of them continuous across the entire thing. You can make some of them broken like I'm doing here, where there's some high regions, some low regions. And you can do as many layers as you want. I'm only doing 2 for the sake of quickness for this video, and I'm going for more of a stylized bark look rather than a realistic one. But if you're going for realistic, you'll probably want to add more layers to this, and you might also want to make a detail map. But I'm just going to keep adding these in all over the place. Almost done there, just one more spot. And then after this, what we're going to do is we're going to just smooth everything just a little bit. So we're going to take our smooth tool. We're going to increase the size and drop the strength down to, let's say 0.3. And just smooth all across this plane. You don't want it to be super smooth, but you also don't want any really sharp edges, just because it looks a little weird when the color is applied to the texture. So I'm going to smooth it out just a little bit more than this. And depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for more of a posterized color or a blocky color, you might want to leave these unsmoothed. It's entirely up to you. And you don't have to use the normal maps if you don't want it to have that kind of 3D reflective look with the light. You can leave that. So then, same as all my other videos, we're going to go into the shading editor. We're going to make a new texture for our normal. So I'm just going to call this bark_normal and set the size to 4096 by 4096. And then we're going to activate our target plane, select our material, and then we're going to bake. I already have all the settings set up here, so we want to make sure our G is -Y, and that we're selected to active with an extrusion of 0.1, and then we'll bake. your baking might take a while, depends on your GPU. I have a 2060, so it's definitely not a great GPU by today's standards, but it's still relatively fast. So it takes, I don't know, 20, 25 seconds. So that's our normal map. I think this looks pretty good, so we're going to save it. I'm also just opening up Photoshop in the background. And while I open that, I'm also going to render the image. So we're going to go back to Blender. We're going to go up to render and render image. And this will be where we get our height map from, which is going to look the exact same as what it looked like in the shading preview. So once this finishes rendering, again, it might take a while if your machine is a bit slower. If you have a good GPU, it'll be a lot faster. So now I have both these in Photoshop. I'm going to trim them down to 2048 by 2048 and take the center, and then go to View, Pattern Preview, OK. And this will check if our pattern tiles properly. So same thing for the height map. We're going to crop it down, get the center, and check with the pattern preview. So that looks good. Then save both these images, and we're going to make a new one, size 2048 by 2048, and we're going to call it our base map. In the base map, we're going to take a copy of our height map. We're going to paste it in, and we're going to go up to Image, Adjustments, Gradient Map, and in that, we're going to pick our bark colors. So whenever I'm doing anything like this, I kind of just start out by picking rough colors and see how it looks, and then I'll play with the stops and the fine adjustments between them. It's one of those things that you kind of just have to play with it until it gets looking right. So I'm going to try to go for like a more stylized look, almost like what the Minecraft wood textures look like. So I want it to be much more saturated and colorful than what real tree bark looks like. So I think these are probably pretty good here. So I will just export this. I had one earlier, so I'm just overwriting that one. And then in our scene here, we're going to take our material. We're going to apply our different maps to the different properties. For your normal map, as always, make sure you import it as a normal map and not as a default texture. Set that there. Then now I'm just zooming in to look at it. I'm not entirely sure why, but it almost looks like the normals are flipped here. They're not. I had negative Y set, and if I do this, they're now actually flipped. So it might just be one of those things that the normal scale is too high. If you adjust that normal scale, it might look a little bit better. But play around with your height map values, your occlusion, smoothness, metallic, and everything to get the effect that you're looking for here. So I just want a little bit of smoothness and a tiny bit of metallic. And I think that is probably okay. And then I'm just duplicating this and increasing the tiling of it so that I can set that on the cube behind. And then that's pretty much it. If you make this, feel free to drop an image to show what your material ended up looking like, and thank you for watching.